played George Michael again on Sports Chat with Neal and Wally. Use the word jetapult. It's actually a word people don't realize. Hey, little curveball. Got my fingers on the seams right there. This is Dog Days of Summer. Dog Days of Summer.
Who's the dog? What is that?
Beat up Bulldog Johnny stole his belt and put it on. Roll call. A spidget.
A spidget.
That's good stuff right there now. Nancy. You ever seen
Ann and Nancy?
You ever seen them in concert? Just so happened to went this weekend.
I got to hear
Good play, man. Good play. Yeah, Michelle and I snuck off to Birmingham to the BJCC. And what's wrong, Ben? We good?
6 o'clock.
Okay, we live? Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good. We snuck off to Birmingham and
Watched them.
Heart concert, and you know, Nancy and Ann, they up in their 70s now, Wally, and Ann is has beat cancer, and she had a bar stool the whole concert that she leaned on, but it was good stuff, and that was the good weekend with Heart right there. It really was. Had a good. I'm tell you what, man, they had a kick butt band. I'm gonna tell you, man, they did. They played them songs. They were good.
They still got it, don't they?
I'll give you an example. We went to see Stevie Nicks, iconic singer. I had to see Stevie Nicks, and Stevie showed her age terribly, and did not do her songs justice. These two, Ann and Nancy, even her rebounded from cancer, nailed it.
Yeah.
They could do it. But anyway, I appreciate you playing that Heart right there. We had a good time. But welcome to the June 22nd edition of Sports Chat with Neal and Wally. And hey, we appreciate everybody watching. I don't care if you're on Facebook. Wally, I don't care if it's Wednesday night, Thursday night, Monday night, whatever. We just appreciate you watching. And hey, how about this? Welcome to summer. The first official Sports Chat with Neal and Wally of the summer season. Friday was the first day of summer. By the way, that's the summer solstice, and that makes it the longest day of the year. And it didn't get dark. You could still see the sunset about 8:40, 8:45.
Yeah.
Now it wasn't daylight, but you could still see the sunset about 8:45. Yeah. And we didn't have a show last week. It was Father's Day weekend, and it was actually on Father's Day. And we hope all you fathers out there enjoyed the day with your kids, your wife, your girlfriend. If you're lucky enough to still have your father around, we hope you enjoyed seeing him as well. And Wally, I know your dad, Mr. Mack, had a big day last Sunday. What'd you get your dad for Father's Day?
Man, I got him. They were down at the beach, and I got him a gift certificate, Cap Mattersons.
Oh,
boy, him and Mom just love that. And I got to see Dad. We were down at the beach during that time, so didn't go to church. Normally we just go to church with him and take him out to eat. But I
know he loved that Cap Matterson.
Man, he's always big Cap Matterson. He got me hooked on it when I was a little kid.
Oh yeah, my parents did too. But I love that your dad, Mr. Mack, was able to preach the baccalaureate graduation ceremony for Addison and Blake's graduation class this past year, man. That was so special to me. I enjoyed it, man. But my father passed away 4 or 5 years ago, and I sure miss him. But, you know, it always seems, and we got a call coming in, Wally. Let's see who this is. Sports Chat with Neal and Wally, you're on the air.
Come on, baby. And Keegan Bradley had won the Travelers Championship. Poor Tommy Fleetwood. Wally, I think we need a reshot of that 72nd hole.
What in the world?
Not good.
The man got a 9-iron in his hands, and he cannot put it on the green. You there?
I don't understand. I'm here. I don't understand about Tommy Fleetwood. He does so well for 3 rounds, then it gets to the last hole, and he jinxes himself.
Oh,
As
no.
Barney Fife would say he's a jinx.
He's a jinx.
He's a jinx. Pull the number, Andy. Hey, pull the hat size.
Yep.
Pull the hat size, Andy. You remember that one, Johnny?
7 3/8.
Yeah, I do. I seen that. That was on TV Land here a few weeks ago, as a matter of fact.
Andy, pull the hat size. That's a good
Yeah,
one.
what number you got?
Tommy Fleetwood, you're right. He normally plays the first 3 rounds real good and stinks it up on Sunday. But today, he played well enough to win. He just couldn't play the last hole.
Yep.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Did you, Johnny? Just a quick question. Did you try 670-0052?
Yeah, it rung, but it was ringing on the other side. Yeah.
All right, good deal. I'll have to get with our other caller that's calling in later. Then, well, Bulldog, I know that the Pike County Bulldog football team has been really, really busy with 7-on-7 camps. In fact, they've been to back-to-back camps.
Yep.
Tell us. Start with the.
Well, now this week you can't. Well, this week we got a third straight one, but it's for the junior high. And that's Tuesday.
Okay.
We go to Goshen for a junior high one on Tuesday, but yeah, we've been back to back yet.
Start with the Troy.
7 camps.
Start with the Troy camp and just kind of give us a rundown, because I know that the boys, the Pike County Bulldogs, have been doing really well at these 7-on-7s.
Yeah, they have. They've been doing a lot better than I would give them credit for. That just goes to show you just how good the depth is on this squad. We went to Troy on a Wednesday a few weeks ago and they had us practice we were playing on the field behind the new practice field. I think I was so busy out of watching the actual when they've been building the practice field, I didn't want to pay the other no attention, but went 2-2 in pool play, which was a given. I mean, lost their last game of pool play. They played at Troy when they lost to Catholic, but it was pretty bad. But I think the way Troy sets theirs up, they have the big schools, the 6A, 7A, all in one, and then they have the 1A through 5A all in one bracket. I think that's how that goes.
Okay. Now y'all play Charles. Y'all play.
Down to the nitty gritty of that, we get into elimination play, and we beat BB Comer, and then we go over to the university itself, to the main stadium, and played Catholic, so to speak, in the semifinal of the small school tournament and lost 32-22.
No, that's not bad, though. Wow. But y'all had beaten Charles Henderson in pool play, correct?
Yeah, we did. They jumped out on us 10-0, and then we scored 22 unanswered. And they was at ASU on Tuesday of this past week, so then I don't think we played like we needed to play at the Troy 7-on-7 tournament. So we go for our third straight year to ASU, because we've been going ever since Coach Hurt was there. And this will be the third year for that. So we get off the bus at ASU, and I know they was somewhat right talking about with the weather. I said to myself, it'll be flooding here by lunchtime, and boy, did I ever hit the nail on the head. But we got into pool play.
And that was it.
Out of our pool play, played Russell County, beat them by 2 points.
Okay.
Come down to the last possession on that game, and then our second game we just manhandled Selma High School, not South Side of Selma, but just regular Selma High School. We manhandled them. I think we beat them like 25-3 or something like that.
All right, yeah.
And then our third game, now this is the game that really surprised me. Now, we got to play a team out of Boca, Florida.
And this is right before the rain.
West Boca High School, they was the defending 6A champion out of Florida, and we beat them by 8 points.
Wow. Really?
It was a back and forth game with that one, and it ended up us coming down with a couple of interceptions, and that sealed the deal. And then first time we had been to Alabama State in the tournament for 3 straight years, had never went undefeated in pool play, and had finished off Sylacauga before the rain got started. And
well, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what.
Rain delay.
I'm gonna tell you what, Bulldog, Wally, you can attest. You take 2 Division I athletes to a 7-on-7 camp, you should perform pretty good.
Exactly
and you're looking at Braylon Jackson and Aiden Foster, 2 Division I athletes, Bulldog Johnny.
And one of them, and you got to look at it from Aiden Foster's point of view. His other 2 brothers is set at Southern Miss right now,
That's right.
which is a D1 school, and they actually got there. And Ian already had him some big offers before they went to ASU, but they really did show out. Now, Aiden Foster got to get offered. Now, he's the first one I've seen to get offered. Get 3 offers in 2 weeks because he got one at Troy, and then last week he got offered twice. And then we had to go set a stadium for about an hour and a half, rain delay, and then we opened up championship play, and y'all were down at the end that Wally always comes and stands down under the tunnel there and watches when he comes up there. Y'all beat Selma, but I think that team out of Florida, that West Boca, played y'all, and I think they beat Troy pretty bad. I can't remember what the score was, but we actually got a first round bye because we was undefeated. I think there was out of the 4 teams that had undefeated records out of pool play got first round byes because we had to wait and play Shades Valley in our first elimination game and got them, and then we.
So is the varsity done with 7-on-7s for the summer?
No, the varsity's has got one more, and that's in Hoover on the 10th.
Okay, all right.
And the one loss we had, we went in again. We went after we played Shades Valley, then we stepped up, had to play Coach Quinn Hambrat's Pinson Valley squad and lost to them by 6 points. And I think they ended up losing to the eventual champion in it, which they lost in the championship game to, we lost them in the semis. They lost in the championship game to a school out of Florida called Coconut Creek.
Okay.
And they've always got
Coconut Creek.
Always got a good school out of that. But to lose to a 6A, you beat one 6A earlier in the game out of Florida. Then you lose to a 6A 22-16. They ain't letting you hang your head on that.
Nothing to hang your head on. Like I said, though, you run into.
I was telling people, it goes to show you that the way we've been doing the 7-on-7 now, it's looking like it could be a very stellar year for Pike County this year.
I think so. Well, Bulldog, we sure appreciate your call, man, and you keep us updated on the next one going to Hoover, okay?
I sure will, because the way it's looking now, there's like 16 or 18 teams in that one, so that's gonna be a tough hill to climb. But there's one team I'm looking forward to watching in that particular tournament, and that's
Thompson.
The team that we open up with in the regular season, which is south side of Selma.
Okay.
The Jamboree game. They'll be there, and I'm looking forward to watching that. But I'll keep y'all updated as always, and I will also let y'all know when people get more offers. But ladies and gentlemen, y'all need to tune in to the broadcast later tonight, because they're gonna have some stuff about some of our guys, and we've been doing something.
That's right.
We've been putting out one of our quarterbacks. He had a couple of good touchdown catches at ASU. Azori, they even went as far as playing him out at the receiver, like disguising him at the receiver. He would still be catching touchdown passes.
Well,
he's both playing quarterback and receiver. So
he could be a receiver, no doubt. He's that athletic.
Yeah, because he's got the jumping ability to do it. But but y'all have a good show, and Wally, don't sit there and feel too bad about Tommy Fleetwood. But I got a question for you, Wally, before I hang up.
All right, go ahead.
Did you send a check from Sports Chat, Neal and Wally to Chicago for them to buy them torpedo bats? Because I could have swore I seen them play them with the torpedo bats.
Oh, they using illegal bats in Chicago now.
Goodness.
Cubs are cheating.
They ain't cheating.
I guess that's why they win it. That's why they lead in the
torpedo
division.
bats.
But I wish Atlanta would move. And I hate to say this, but I wish Atlanta would move They were talking about this on the radio today. This would be the first time I've ever seen this. But when Atlanta goes to play the New York Mets, they should move Slocum's Clay Holmes back to Game 4 so we could have Clay Holmes versus Grant Holmes, home versus home.
Home versus home.
That'd be something to watch.
Yeah. Well, all right, Bulldog. We appreciate your call, man. You have a good week.
All right, y'all have a good
All right,
show.
Bulldog.
Give y'all a holler next week. Let y'all know about the OTA at Abbeville on Wednesday and the junior high stuff on Tuesday.
That's right, buddy. Have a good one. See you. Bulldog Johnny calling in. Always good information on Pike County Bulldogs.
Yeah, Pike County going to be good this year,
They're
buddy.
running 2 Division I athletes out there. That ain't no joke, is it?
That's no joke.
Hopping back to Father's Day real quick, when Bulldog called, though, and we were off last Father's Day is what we were saying. But, hey, here we are.
We're back.
Back in the saddle, ready to go through this hot summer. We are officially in summer now, getting started, and we can get ready to get football cranked up, man.
Wait, time out now. Let's not just jump the gun yet, man.
What do you mean?
Heck, we're not even to the All-Star break on Major League Baseball, and just now finishing college baseball. Good gracious. Let's get the fourth behind us before we start whacking in on the football.
All right.
Hey, can you tell me real quick?
I'd like to jump to football.
Did the Coach of Carolina hit a official that was disability?
No, that official tripped.
Oh, okay.
Fell backwards.
Somebody on Facebook.
We're going to talk about that.
Okay, all right.
We're going to talk about that a little. No, they ain't tripped nobody.
Okay, all right.
Speaking of college baseball, though, and how Troy's conference foe, Coastal Carolina, making it to the championship series.
Bell ring, man.
Coastal Carolina from the Sun Belt making it to the championship. Well, they won the whole thing back in 2016.
Yep.
So it's not rare for them to get to the College World Series. And now they got swept. LSU wins their 8th straight, their 8th baseball national championship. The LSU Tigers win their 8th championship. So kudos to the LSU Tigers. They're at the World Series every other year, sometimes back-to-back years. And so, but kudos for Coastal Carolina from the Sun Belt making it to the championship series of the World Series, Wally.
And Troy beat them.
They were the last team to beat a series.
Yep,
They sure were. And you know something, one other thing about the College World Series. None of the 8 teams that were there in Omaha were there last year. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty. Let's guess that.
Yep.
But hey, going back what you were talking about earlier, we ain't even said anything about the NBA, and you're moving on to football already. And they ain't even crowned the NBA champion.
We're still playing basketball, Wally.
Yeah,
still playing basketball.
Who won our basketball sheet?
Who's even playing in the championship series? I'm kidding. I know who's playing. But look, so they play the Game 7 tonight, Wally. They play in Oklahoma City tonight. Can the Indiana Pacers go back to Oklahoma City and win it all tonight on the road?
They ain't gonna do it that way.
They can't do it.
They'll.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see, and they come on right after our show, Game 7, and I'm gonna tell you, Wally, as bad as the ratings have gotten for the NBA, the worst thing that could have happened. 2 unknown teams made it to the NBA Championship Series. Neither Oklahoma City nor Indiana have a big-name star on their team. The ratings for the NBA Championship Series are just putrid. There's just no names out there playing on the court. I mean, heck, they won the games. Oklahoma City and Indiana, they won the games. They deserve to be there, but just terrible TV ratings. Bottom line, nobody cares who wins the series with Oklahoma playing Indiana.
Yeah.
The worst thing that could have happened, it happened.
And I heard they were even having a hard time filling sponsorships for the TV thing, Neil.
My God.
That's pretty bad.
Just no names.
But, yeah, they need a LeBron or Stephen Curry badly to play for them. But both of them got eliminated early.
Them 2 jokers got kicked out early.
Yeah, they're hurting for a new superstar.
They really are, Wally.
What, you reckon they can get Caitlin Clark to switch over from in the WNBA to...
They need to, man. The WNBA's mismanaging her. They're mismanaging her. They got gold on their hands with Caitlin Clark and don't know what to do with it. I take that back. They do know what to do with it, but they won't do it because of their woke culture.
Yeah.
And they won't give Caitlin, they won't allow Caitlin Clark to have all the accolades because of their woke culture. And that's sad, man. I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't play another year or two and be done with it. I mean, the poor girl drives the ratings through the roof, and the league is just letting her get abused on all levels. It's like watching a train wreck, and you just can't quit watching it.
Yeah. The powers that be, Neal, they really, if they were wise, they would go back, sit down, pull out a VCR and watch some of the old Michael Jordan stuff back in the 80s and 90s. You remember how everybody was glued to the TV when they
marketed them.
Genius. They knew how to do it, man.
Genius, man.
But not with the woke stuff. It's not going to happen, man.
Wally, Bulldogs already stole our thunder, but we need to take our first break. Let's take our first break. We'll come back. We're going to talk about the Travelers Championship. We'll be right back, folks. Stay with us.
Oh, man. Wally, what are you doing at the UPS store? My printer is jammed, man. I got to do 2,000 copies for the Penske file.
Well, why even worry with that little bitty printer and print one at a time, man? You're going to run out of ink. Look, UPS store does mass printing. They can print 2,000 or 3,000 copies. Cheap, fast, and efficient. Isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, why even mess with it? Come to the UPS store on Brothers Street. UPS store, all your printing needs.
These teenage years can be tricky to navigate, especially when it comes to teaching my son about managing money. I'm thankful for helpful tools like Sidekick from Max. With Sidekick, requesting and rewarding money is easy. He can earn it by completing chores, making honor roll, or simply making a request from his own app. I love that I can easily monitor his purchases and set limits to help him learn to make smart choices with his spending, even on video games. Sidekick. Find it in your Max app.
Sweet Grace, unbelievable.
Mr. Neal, is this the guy that does the sports show with you?
Oh, no. Yes, it is.
He was in last week and bought all my Sweet Grace, and now he's back again.
Wally, you got enough sweet. He's got enough Sweet Grace at home. Put that stuff back.
Man, it's some good stuff, man.
Please come to Glow on the square, shop local. Come and get you some Sweet Grace before Wally gets it all. Hey, Wally. Why in the world you got all these fans in the window, man?
Man, I was cooking a mess of chitlins and about burned my house down, man. My whole house smells like chitlins.
What is it, smoky in there?
Yes.
And
These fans are going to help, I think.
The fans are not going to get the smoke damage out of your kitchen. You're going to have to call Alabama Restoration, 371-5591. Alabama Restoration, no mess is too big, especially not a little smoke damage in Wally's kitchen cooking his chitlins. Call them at Alabama Restoration. Look at all these ladies. This is a beautiful day today.
Hi, guys.
Hey, ladies.
How are you?
Good.
Hey, where did y'all get those shirts?
Oh, they shirts right here?
Yes,
Yeah. Well, they want to wear the shirt. Oh, shit. Deep Man Horn. Yes, these are Deep South Apparel shirts from Deep Man Horn in Montgomery. All of your t-shirts and apparel, they can print anything. Call Deep Man Horn, Deep South Apparel, Montgomery, Alabama. Hey, Wally, what's going on, man? You selling your house?
Selling my house, Neal.
Man, you got to hire professional realtors when you sell it. Wally, you don't even have sales spelled right.
Oh, yeah, sounds right.
Correct that. You need to call David Adams Realty for all your selling, your buying, even your rental efforts. 566-3000. Give them a call at David Adams Realty. Oh, Lord. Not that sale. Oh, call David Adams Realty, folks.
Do you know I saw it in a concert here in Troy?
What? What year was that?
1985, maybe?
The Magic Man, Mama.
I got tickets to.
You still got the tickets?
Yeah, you didn't remember going to that?
I think I did go.
It was
to
in Sartain Home.
Man, you jogging some memories way back. I think I did go to that, but I didn't stay. Something.
Speaking of your dad, my first concert ever, folks. His dad got me in the Beach Boys. Remember that?
Yes, yes.
Me, you,
yeah.
Sam,
yeah.
Watson.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of us.
Yeah.
That was my first ever concert.
Sartain Hall, they used to put those guys in.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That was crazy.
Living Newton John in there. I mean, it was. Yeah. Okay. The Travelers Championship in Connecticut. Tommy Fleetwood, your guy, Tommy Fleetwood, has never won on the PGA Tour. He's won all over the world. Never won on the PGA Tour. Wally carries a 3-shot lead to the first tee this morning. And then carries a 1-shot lead to the 18th tee. Tell everybody what happened.
He had a great tee shot. All he had to do is get his 9-iron and put it on the green and go home victorious.
Caddy put him a wedge.
Caddy told him to put it. He put his club back up, got the pitcher wedge out, kept it short in the rough. Oh, goodness.
So, long story short, the caddy didn't get a beer after the round?
No. Caddy, that big old 6', 7 foot caddy, Lurch, probably going to be unemployed.
Oh,
but, yeah, it's tough. You know, I'll say something about Tommy. You know, he did kind of the same thing at the British Open, about 3 years ago. He had the lead going in on Sunday, and just cannot.
Yeah. What is he just not a finisher, is he?
You know, I'm waiting to hear what Colin says when he calls tonight, because he's followed Tommy a couple of times.
You know, there's something weird going on right now with the PGA Tour, Wally. Let's talk about it, because it's kind of weird. Keegan Bradley won today. I know Tommy lost. Keegan Bradley wins the golf tournament. Wally, he's the captain of the Ryder Cup team. They're set to play in September at Bethpage Black in New York. It just so happens that Keegan Bradley has just caught fire. He won today. He won earlier this year. Should he play and be the captain too, is the question. The last time it happened was Arnold Palmer in 1963. Arnold Palmer was the captain of the Ryder Cup, and he played.
Neal, think about it, man. U.S., they want the hottest players. I mean, you think about it. So,
but if they were to lose, though, the captain thought he had to play this now. The captain should have been captaining. He should have been playing, and all the pundits and all. You know, the media will just tear them apart.
Well, we ain't won the Ryder Cup in a while.
Yeah, we won it back. We won it last time we played in the United States. We won it.
Okay.
Yeah. Now they did make a good run on us there a little while back, but we won the last one or so.
It's gonna be hard to win that Bethpage Black now.
It's got a warning sign.
Yeah, warning sign.
But yeah, I remember a few times contemplating this through the years. I remember Fred Couples thought at one time he was going to play as a captain. I remember Davis Love III thought at one time he was going to play as a captain, but neither one of them did. None of them did. But, you know, it's going to be interesting.
And, well, anyway, I know we're talking golf, but is this a good time to bring up your Braves update? I mean, last time we had a show, you were doubting your predictions.
2 weeks ago.
They're making the playoffs. Well, what has happened over the last couple of weeks?
Well, you're right, exactly right. 2 weeks ago, I sat right here, and the Braves had lost like 13 out of 15, and I was Debbie Downer. Nothing looked good for the Braves, and I was saying it was probably over, and my predictions were all going to be wrong. But over the past 2 weeks, they've rebounded.
They're back for the championship.
No, I didn't say that. They've won several series. Heck, they swept the Mets last weekend, and so all may not be lost, Wally. They're about to get Profar back. Remember, he was the prize trade acquisition in the offseason before he got busted for using performance-enhancing drugs.
Yeah.
But he served his suspension, and he's about to be playing, and he's going to help. He's good. He's a really good ball player. But now Chris Sale's hurt, the best pitcher. Anyway, not all is lost. They've had a real good 2 week stretch here, Wally, and I'm not giving up on them until at least after the All-Star break. There's where we are.
Well, let me tell you something, bro. My Cubs are number one in the
I'm with Johnny.
NL
They're
Central.
using illegal bats. I'm really on the Cubs. For the first time in several years, Wally, the Cubs look really good. Looking at their roster preseason, they look like they were going to be the same old Cubs for the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
But, man, those no-name guys that they pulled up from the minor leagues, they can flat out play.
Dansby Swanson, baby.
Dansby,
he is.
You know, you got to love it for players like Dansby. Mm-hmm. I mean, the Cubs this year kind of remind me of the 92 Braves that went from worst to first. And if the Cubs are on the cusp of doing something special, I'm not going to root against them, although I'm always going to pull for the Braves.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you this. Let's. Can you want to read the sponsors? I know Mr. McQuarrie is
going to call. We'll have Colin call right after this commercial break.
Okay. Well, tell us who the courtroom sponsor. I mean the courtroom.
Courtroom.
I passed my. Hold on, I got to tell you this.
All right.
I'm a certified magistrate now.
You are?
I passed the test.
How in the world?
I failed it a couple times.
I've been administering the tests.
Yeah, ask Joy.
You want to take it?
Y'all got some hard questions on that
Oh, yeah.
thing.
We don't just give away magistrate.
Yeah, but hey, I'm a magistrate
You
now.
got to make an 80. What'd you make?
62 the first time, and then but I'm past the second go around. Go
Well,
ahead.
we got Colin McCrary calling in, who worked at Oakmont U.S. Open last weekend. It's going to be a great phone call, so stay tuned. But here's our commercial sponsors: the Old Barn Restaurant, The Market, Hooks Barbecue, Maze Distribution, Glow Boutique, Piggly Wigglies of Troy, Turner Mowing, Deep South Apparel, Mama Goldberg's, the UPS Store, Road Mart, Jones Medical Supply, the Alabama Real Estate Connection, Severa, Ralph Baker, Hastings, and Reeves, Town and Country Flooring, David Adams Realty, PLS Surveying, Southern Alabama Hospital and Pet Resort, Crow's Chicken and Brundage, The Corner, Max Federal Credit Union, Stone Cold Heating and Cooling, Sorrell College of Business, the Crease Agency, All-Star Collision, Alabama Restoration, Double H Ornamental, and Capital Tractor, and Mojugai Karate, and Paradise Homes. Stay with us. Be right back. Colin McCrary is calling in.
Wally, what in the world have you brought me to the Space and Rocket Center in Huntsville for?
I entered a contest online, and I'm going on outer space mission on that new Saturn V rocket.
You gotta be joking. Did you tell them on the application that you used your CPAP provided by Jones Medical Supply?
Neil, there's all types of oxygen in that bad boy.
I'm not talking about the oxygen. I'm talking about CPAPs.
Oh,
You're gonna have to have a CPAP. You didn't tell them, did you?
No, I didn't.
Unbelievable. Speaking of CPAPs, you need all your CPAP supplies. You can go to Jones Medical Supply. He's now in business in Greenville, Dothan, and Troy. All your CPAP supplies and even oxygen. When you going up to this rocket?
Next week they told me on that online.
Unbelievable. We got to give a Jones Medical Supply quick.
Look at this, what we got, Sully.
What are you doing, Wally?
Man, Game Warden gave me a ticket, Neil.
Game Warden gave you a ticket. Are you hunting on the right property?
Well, I thought this was my property right here, man.
Do you know where the lines are?
Not really.
Man, you need to contact the PLS group. They do all the land surveying you need. If you're building a house, building property, marking property, you're hunting land so you know where to go. PLS group, 403-4234. Give them a call.
Do I get a get out of jail free card?
No, you don't get a get out of jail free card. We're out here at this lovely pond with the Alabama Real Estate Connection crew. They can hook you up with all types of land, recreational sports, ponds, and everything. We're fishing to catch us a big old brim.
I got one, Wally.
Neil, what if you want something other than just a fishing pond?
Well, if you're looking for hunting land, the Alabama Real Estate Connection will help you with all your hunting land needs too. Here are the agents right here. They'll hook you up with your hunting land.
Call us.
Make sure you contact the Alabama Real Estate Connection for all your real estate needs. Look at these fine agents right here. All your real estate needs. They can find anything for you, maybe even a Bigfoot.
Bigfoot?
Oh man, what a nice day with the windows down. Yeah, cruising right along, man. Just running around Troy.
Hey man, what's that smell?
What do you mean? That's Hooks Barbecue, man.
Oh,
Don't
that's
you know?
Hooks?
Hooks.
Oh, I'm going to Hooks, brother.
Oh my God, hold on. Good Lord, Wally, what in the world? Hooks, baby. Good Lord, help us all. He about killed us. Good gracious. Hey, Wally, what you got us out here in this field for?
Neil, I finally bought a brand new boat.
A boat, man. Show it to me. Look at that. What?
Got it on Facebook.
Facebook?
Yes, sir.
The USS Alabama?
Yes, I got to get some insurance.
Well, you're going to need to call the Grease Agency. They sell insurance on everything. How you going to get it back to Troy? You got a trailer, don't you? I don't got a trailer. I hope you didn't buy any beachfront property in Arizona on Facebook. Call Grease Agency for all your insurance needs.
Man, what in the world? You just ain't T-bone me right here. What the heck? Playing with fidget
Wally, did you have a wreck?
Mr. Wally.
Man, this girl right here is playing with this fidget spinner, texting on the phone to T-bone me right here in the parking lot. I was about to go pay my speeding ticket.
Right here at the police station?
Yeah.
Well, luckily at the police station, we can just call All-Star Collision, 808-8822. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm sorry. Can I have the fidget spinner back?
Yeah, you can have
Please,
it.
Mr. Wally.
All
Thank
she's
you.
worried about is a fidget spinner. Call All-Star Collision for all your accidents. 808-8822.
You game donuts? Me with my They're playing one more gig, man.
One more concert or one more series?
One more concert
Well,
in England.
I saw Ozzy said, I'm going to play with Black Sabbath, and I thought, you have got to be kidding. He
One
can
more.
hardly walk.
He's going to be in a wheelchair, but he's going to play
They're
one
going to
more.
do one more concert.
And maybe Tommy Fleetwood will be there to watch him because he'll be in England.
Oh, my gosh. So when is this one last?
4th of July weekend.
4th of July weekend.
Yeah.
That's going to be it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, as promised, on the line we got Mr. Colin McCreary, who was an All-American golfer at Troy State University just a few years back, and still plays a lot of competitive golf. And Colin, thanks for giving us a buzz tonight. Colin, several years ago, you started spotting for NBC behind the ropes and walking along with these pros, and your latest gig was the U.S. Open at Oakmont Country Club last weekend. Colin, talk to us about getting that call to work that event, and talk us through that trip you and Connie took up there.
Well, I found out, NBC sends out the schedule every November right before Thanksgiving, and we sign up, me and a couple of guys that usually travel together sign up for 3 or 4 events during the year, and we try to travel together. This year I was lucky to get a little extra tournament there at the U.S. Open. First time I'd ever worked one. I've worked probably 7 or 8 Players Championship. I've been doing it for 9. This is my 9th year. I think I've worked 7 Players Championships. I've worked 6 or 7 Tour Championships in Atlanta. I've worked the Arnold Palmer Invitational a few times. I've been over and worked 3 British Opens. Ironically, I worked 2017, 18, and 19 at Royal Birkdale, Carnoustie, and then Fort Rush. And ironically, the Open is back at Fort Rush this year, so I'm not going and working it this year, but I'm excited to watch it on TV after spotting there in 2019.
Yeah, you already saw that one. I understand that one.
Oakmont, just to tell you what led to the excitement of Oakmont is back when I was a teenager, in the early 70s, because I'm old. Johnny Miller, I was a big Johnny Miller fan, and he, of course, shot the famous final round 63 at Oakmont to win the U.S. Open that year. And Oakmont is one of the most iconic golf courses in all of golf, especially the U.S. Open. This was their 10th U.S. Open that they've hosted. They've had several PGA championships there. A lot of people don't realize it, but Gene Sayers and Sam Snead and John Mahaffey all won PGA championships there. Bobby Jones won one of his U.S. amateurs there. And they've had several U.S. Opens there. Paul Kramer won there. Patty Sheehan won there. And it's in Arnold Palmer's backyard. I mean, Connie and I actually stayed Tuesday night in Latrobe at Arnold Palmer's Marriott Hotel right there at this country club, Latrobe Country Club.
Cool.
We grew up.
Wow.
And it's just a special place. It's really close to St. Vincent's College. And Connie and I went and visited the Fred Rogers Institute there, Mr. Rogers'
neighborhood.
The museum and his memory and honor there. And I was just infatuated there, visiting there and seeing what all he did for children all over the world. But it's in Arnold's backyard, and it's kind of famous. Everybody expected him to win and run away with the 1962 U.S. Open in his backyard at Oakmont, about 45 miles from his hometown. And this young guy came in named Jack Nicklaus, came in and upset him and beat him in a playoff. Started that streak.
Started that going.
It's a famous, iconic golf course. It is really something else, and it was exciting to get that call.
Well, Colin, tell the viewing audience, since you were there, how difficult that course is in real life. I mean, the winner won, but even par one over, and
1 under, I think it was. But he birdied the last 2 holes. I think it'd be 1 or 2 under. I can't remember. I was already on the south side of Pittsburgh by the time he made that putt. Connie and I were. My green finished at 3:30, but I walked the course in the practice round. Wednesday, I have to go out there and kind of scout the routing of the course and know which side of the fairway to be on, tee shots and par threes, and how to, get ahead to the next tee, because I try to stay a little bit ahead of the players. And I've never done this before, but I'm usually 100 to 150 yards off the tee on the left or right side inside the ropes on tee shots, so I can kind of see where it is and get to the ball before they do and determine who's away, because one of my main job is to tell NBC who's going to be hitting first in the fairway.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And this one, I realized in the practice round, they had a couple of marshals on each side of the fairway in the landing area, and we're still having trouble in the practice round finding balls. So I decided on the first hole I was going to get out there in the landing area. 2 guys in my group hit it left in the rough. I saw exactly where they went. This was a 6:50 a.m. 10 off 10 tee, and by the time I got over there helping the marshals, in about a minute and a half, we got a threesome teeing off. One's in the fairway, so we're looking for 2 balls, but we found 4. And they're putting little flags down with the white flags. We marked 4 balls, and the 2 guys get down there, Jordan Smith and Josh Cruz, and none of those 4 balls are their balls.
They weren't there.
So we keep looking, and just in the allotted time from the officials, we're able to find their 2 balls. But it was incredibly difficult. I always thought Carnoustie was the hardest setup in Scotland. When I worked the Open there, I thought that was the hardest setup ever, but this trumped it by a lot. This was way harder.
Yeah.
I'm still about a 2 handicap. I usually play courses 6,600 to 6,700 yards, and I still shoot, decent scores. Probably from where they played it in tournament conditions, I don't think I could have broken 95 from where they're playing it.
Good grief.
On a good day, I might could have shot 92 to 93. I can tell you a 6 to 10 handicapper on about 5 or 6 of the holes probably could not have got it to the fairway, which there were several tee shots that were 260-yard carries over waist deep stuff.
Wow.
I told somebody the other day, I said, in the practice round and every single round, my group that I was working about the 15th, 16th hole, I've never seen a player and a caddy as mentally whipped as all of them were every day, even in the practice round.
Yeah.
It was just a hard deal to work. It really was.
Yeah.
Well, do you get to have any interaction with the players at all, Colin?
I do not. I will ask them if they need a ruling, and I usually ask the caddy. I usually don't ask the player. I have very little. No, I do not. I try to stay out of their way. I try to stay out of the camera. One of my jobs is to always remember what hole I'm on, because the producers are going to say, "Hey, 7 fairway, who's away?" And I got to know that's me. That's my call by the hole I'm on. And I just don't have. On every hole, I try to be aware of where the camera tower is, where the handheld cameras are, and where the cameras are around the tee box, because part of my job is to stay out of the camera, never be between the player and the caddy and the camera. So I got to be a lot of situation awareness for about 5.5 into the Open. It was close to 6-hour rounds every day.
Man.
Ooh. They cut all the trees down, didn't they? There wasn't hardly any shade anywhere, was there?
There was one big tree. Connie went with me, and she saw that one big tree in the practice round, and she said, they got one tree I can get some shade under, and it's roped off. So I'm out of luck. So it was hot. Quick story about Connie with Keegan Bradley winning today.
Yeah.
On Sunday, she took, when I got the course, she went and found her a place, front row seat in the grandstand behind number 2 green, and stayed there most of the day till the last groups came through. But anyway, Keegan Bradley was paired with Patrick Reed, nicknamed Captain America.
Right.
And so when they were on that green, some man in the stands around Connie yelled out really, really loud, "Keegan Bradley is the real Captain America," and the whole grandstand started chanting and stomping, "USA, USA, USA." That was kind of a dig at Patrick Reed, but she said that was one of the coolest things she saw. She saw a lot of cool things that day, but it was pretty neat. Yeah. But in light of him winning today, we enjoyed. Sorry, Wally, we enjoyed seeing Keegan win today.
Colin, do you have any other jobs on the calendar for this season?
I'm on standby for the Tour Championship in Atlanta. That's my status for it. Standby, I may get in if somebody drops out or if they need me. I've worked that tournament a lot. It's kind of a difficult. There's only 30 players. It is extremely brutally hot to work.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they called me up, I would work it. I worked the players back in March and worked the U.S. Open, and that's probably it for me. I'll see what the schedule looks like in November.
Yeah.
And probably I just try to pick 1, 2, or 3 tournaments a year and try to coordinate it with Michael Young and Jim Hughes so we can travel and split an Airbnb together.
Yeah, and Colin, I was going to ask you, what do you do when one player is way left in the rough and the other player is way right in the other rough? Do you have to run over to the other, or do you just split them and stay in the middle?
I try to go to the first ball. It's, see who's away, and if the yardage guy's in the group, we get the yardages, and then I go over to the other guy and get that yardage, and maybe I can tell by the yardage who's furthest away, who's going to go first in case the producer needs to know. And if I had a situation where it was close the other day where McElroy and Xander were both the exact same yardage on number 2, and Rory was in the right, Russ Xander's in the left, and I just got up near the green. They were about 92 yards apiece out, and the producers asked me who's going first. I said it's a tie, but I'm going to let you know. And I all of a sudden kind of saw Rory just look across the fairway. Xander just slightly tilt his head just a little bit, and I said Xander's going, and he was kind of deferring to Xander to go ahead and go. So I let the producer know Xander's going first.
Just a little guess. I got you. Cool.
You kind of have to watch your body language, and you learn how to do it from experience. You can tell it's just a little body language on if they're going or they're deferring.
Well, Colin, man, thank you so much for calling. This has been a great little interview and fun to watch you do these jobs for NBC, and I know you enjoy doing it. And thank you for being such a good friend of the show.
Yeah, always.
Sure. Always enjoy your show and enjoy watching it. Y'all take care. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Colin.
Colin McCrary, they worked the U.S. Open in Oakmont last weekend and giving us a call, a really good call right there. Hey, we're up against our next break. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Wally, what are you doing with that hoe? Neal, with inflation and the price of groceries, I decided to build my own garden, brother. Wait a minute. Number one, this ain't even your property. This is Mr. James Sparrow's property. You live across the street. And second, the HOA rules you can't have a garden. Prices are not that bad at the Piggly Wiggly. Come on, let me show you. Come on with me. Now look, greens, peaches, collards, look over here. Apples, fruit, veggies, all here at Piggly Wiggly in Troy. And also the best meat selection in Troy, right here at Piggly Wiggly. 2 locations in Troy, Alabama. And also the most important thing, you're shopping local. Come see them at the Piggly Wigglies in Troy, Alabama. Dadgummit, man. What's going on, Wally? What's wrong with that thing? Oh, Neal, Dad, my gum, man. I can't cut grass. I can't have nothing anymore. Is it broke? I mean, I don't know. What I chopped it all up over there. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. What I should have done was called Blake Turner with Turner Mowing at 334-465-0600, and I wouldn't be in this predicament. Look right here. This. Best rates in town. Call Blake Turner. He'll give you a low quote. He'll give you the best job. Man, what's that noise? What are you doing with that air conditioner heating unit? Neal, my air conditioner went out last night, and I'll tell you what, I watch YouTube, and I know how to do all this stuff now. Wally, this could be really dangerous, man. You need to call Matt Johnson with Stone Cold Heating and Cooling, 268-0917. Licensed, insured, and bonded. You need to call Matt Johnson, Wally. Hey, Neal, what does this red thing do? Don't pull on the red wire. That could be dangerous, man. What'd you do? Don't pull on that red wire. Good gravy. Now you've done it. Call Matt Johnson with Stone Cold Heating and Cooling. Man, I'm up here at Southern Grill and Patio. Look at all these big green eggs, all these accessories, man. It's all you want with the big green eggs. Wally, Neal, look at the size of this big old green egg here, man. Look at this thing. That's a big old green egg. You can't get a green egg that big unless you're a platinum green egg dealer like they are at Southern Grill and Patio. Check out this new store up here on Grundy Street, right next to Troy Cable, along with Town and Country. Come visit the new store, the new layout. Look at all these big green egg accessories over here. Come see them at the new location on Grundy Street. Get you a big green egg, because I'm going to get me one. A little late there. It's all right. You're getting used to it. How about this one? You remember this one? It's a heart night.
It is.
These trees alone when I close my eyes.
What was that, 80s?
Oh, yeah. 88, 89. They did a good job on that one, too. I'm telling you, it was a really good concert. We got some sports to talk about, though.
Yeah, well, let's jump back and cover the district winners along with the state winners in our All-Star bracket since we didn't have a show last week.
Yeah.
And we'll start with Troy 8U All-Stars winning district.
Yeah, they won the district with those 8U All-Stars. Also, jumping back a few weeks ago, since we didn't have a show last week, the Zion Chapel 8U qualified for the state. They had a strong showing at their district, Wally, and they're headed to state as well.
Yeah, and let's keep it going. 2 weeks ago, Ayrton 8U played well enough to district to qualify for state.
Yep, good job for those Ayrton 8U little boys. Now let's switch gears just a little. Let's jump over to football. And Bulldog Johnny kind of stole our thunder a little bit, but Pike County's Aiden Foster picked up 3 offers, Wally, over the last couple of weeks. He picked up an offer from Troy, Division I, Alabama State, Division I, and Clark out of Atlanta.
Wow. And staying at Pike County High, Braylon Jackson, the track star, who also excels on the football field, he picked up offers at Alabama State and Atlanta Clark as well.
Yep, and they're going to Hoover in a couple weeks. Do you think those kids will pick up a couple of, like maybe a Sanford or a UAB while they're up there?
Probably will.
Or a Jack State or a North Alabama? I bet so. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Yep. But, hey, Enterprise High School has hired Buddy Boyle to lead the softball program. While he comes in from JUCO ranks, he's got a pedigree of winning at several JUCO schools. I look for him to do big things at 7A with the Wildcats softball program.
Okay, and now for more recent recreation all-star activity, the Troy 12U rookies, baby, they win it all. They move on to the World Series.
They are moving on to Arkansas to the World Series. Also headed to Arkansas to the World Series, Wally, is the Troy 9U squad. There they are right there in the black jerseys. They finished runner-up at their state tournament, but they qualify to go to Arkansas.
Good gracious. And how about the softball all-stars, Neal?
Yeah.
The Troy 8U Darlings win their district, and they are headed to state.
They are. And still, let's stay with a little softball right here. The Troy Bells. And I think that's 18 and under, the Bells, 18 and under. They won their district, and they're headed to state.
Okay, and more softball, the Troy Angels also win district, and they're headed to state.
So we got a lot of softball going to state here. Let's finish up the softball with the 6U Sweeties. And they finished runner-up at district, but they'll be going to state. And I read on Facebook, don't give up on the Sweeties. We could have won that district. Watch out for us at the state tournament.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right.
Well, we got one more commercial we need to get in. We'll come right back and wrap this thing up. We got some more stuff to talk about. With
Marco's Pizza Player
Marco's Pizza Player of the Week coming up right after this final set of commercials.
Man, this is a sharp side-by-side out here at Capital Tractor. All your side-by-side got zero-turn mowers. Hey, you know that thing will do a 360? Oh, I heard that. 360 turns, zero-turn mowers. Capital Tractor. If you're in the market for a little bitty tractor or a stand-up little bitty tractor, they got those too. Anything you need, Capital Tractor, halfway between Brundage and Troy. And if you're in the market for a big boy tractor, they got those too. Neal, girls like a sexy tractor.
Thinks my tractor's sexy. It really turns her on.
What are you doing in the surgery room at Southern Animal Hospital Resort?
I'm about to circumcise this dog.
Man, don't circumcise that dog. Let Dr. Steve Barron help you with the spaying and neuter process. Give him a call. Southern Animal Pet Hospital Resort, 770-1838. You got to be a medical professional and board certified to perform these kind of dog procedures on surgery. Give him a call. Southern Animal Pet Hospital Resort. Hey, what are you doing, man? What in the world? What's happening? Unbelievable. Back up. Back up. Put it in reverse. Put it in reverse. I need a mechanic. Unbelievable. What have you done in there to cause all that smoke? I watched a YouTube video. Unbelievable. You got to take the thing to Road Mart where they know how to fix vehicles, a mechanic. Take the vehicle to Road Mart on 231 North. Don't be like Terry, Wally. 566-3413, Road Mart, 231 North in Troy. Going on?
I'm just here waiting for them to open up to eat one of these award-winning steaks and cheese biscuits and stuff.
Well, the law is on the way. What? Well, it was some suspicious activity. They don't open till 4 o'clock on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and they're open for lunch after church on Sunday. One of the best meals you can get after church, too, I promise you. We got to get out of here. The law's on the way. But you come to the old barn for those fresh cheese biscuits. Yum, I'm about to starve. Neal told me to meet him at the corner. He must be bringing potted meat and cheese. You on this thing, man. I'm going with the pimento cheeseburger, brother. You are? I'm going with the bougie burger. Or how about the 3-notch wing basket? Well, hey, I'm changing my mind. I'm going with the Trojan burger, brother. How about the loaded house fries for an appetizer? Woo! Man, I don't know what I'm going to get. And I heard that the buns on all the burgers are special. You got to give them a try. Meet us at the corner for lunch.
I'm not. I'm trying, man.
What kind of rust eat over there?
I know. We took a week off. Ready? I always got by on my own. I never really knew until I met you. That may have been one of my favorites of theirs.
Was it?
I like that
one. That one.
I like that one. All right, that's all for Heart.
Okay, all right. Hey, I'm going to jump over to golf real quick.
Okay.
We talked a little bit of golf.
Yep.
Listen to this, man.
Yep.
Madeline Morlock.
Hold on, put that Madeline back up there.
Yeah, put Madeline back up there.
There you go.
Daughter of Steve and Tara Morlock competed up in Huntsville in the drive, chip, and putt competition.
Yeah.
Check this out. She plays first in chipping, second in driving, and second in putting in the 7 to 9 year old division.
Yep.
In place, listen to this, first overall. So, Madeline, when you win the drive, chip, and putt competition, that is pizza worthy. You win a large.
Get a bell, too.
A bell and a pizza, one large, one topping pizza from Marco's Pizza.
Way to go, Madeline. Chip, drive, and putt competition up in Huntsville.
Yeah.
Right there from the Troy Country Club.
Okay.
That's where her parents are members.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
And listen, I saw also where Auburn basketball got some big news this week.
Come on.
Tahad Pettiford.
I am so proud of you for pronouncing that correctly. Tahad Pettiford, that's right.
It was announced that he is coming out of the NBA draft and will play another year at Auburn.
Man, that's big. That's really big for him. That's a 2-week-old story, but we haven't told it here on our show, so I put that in the script.
Oh yeah.
That's really big for Auburn. While they're going to be really good in basketball again in 2026. I'm going to tell you, I think this coming year is setting up to be a really good year for Auburn in sports in general. I really do. I think the football team is going to be much improved. I think they make a good bowl this year. Maybe, you ready for this?
Oh, no. Here it comes, folks.
Maybe Auburn pushes for a playoff spot. Number 12, maybe? What you think? Anyway, moving on. The basketball team can easily get back to the Final Four with the squad they got. I think the softball program at Auburn is just poised for a big breakout year. They got some big transfers coming in. The baseball team they were great this year. They got another good year coming. And all of this is due, Wally. Sports has been down at Auburn. They're setting up a big 2026. I feel it, man. Basketball's been good for a while. But this coming year could be special for sports in general at Auburn. I can feel it coming, man.
It won't be for the Crimson Tide.
Okay. You don't think so? Hey, there was 8 teams at the College World Series this year. We speak on the College World Series a little more. It was out in Omaha. The best show on dirt, I think is what they call it. It's Arizona, Coastal Carolina, Louisville, Oregon State, Murray State, UCLA, LSU, and Arkansas. Wally, Murray State made it. Hey, did you see their coach still cuts their grass at the stadium?
Yep. Hey, my Holly's aunt, they were big Murray State. All her kids graduated at Murray State. It's right up from Cadiz, Kentucky.
Cool.
So they big Murray State fans.
Yeah. Round 1, Coastal beats Arizona. Louisville beats Oregon State. UCLA beats Murray State. LSU beats Arkansas. Round 2, Coastal Carolina eliminates Oregon State. LSU eliminates LSU. Round 3, Coastal eliminated Louisville, and LSU eliminated Arkansas.
Man, and it has been just must-watch TV.
Has it not been great?
Most of the games come down at night, then with some going extra innings. Been pretty neat.
Incredible college baseball. And I'm not a gigantic college baseball fan, but that World Series is something else. That's just great, great baseball. And Ben, if you'll let us know when we get our last 10 seconds of the show, the last 30 seconds of the show, Ben, if you'll just knock on that window when there's 30 seconds left in the show. Good. 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
While you want to play on our outro music. And,
Ben did a good job.
He did tonight. Ben Hall's first night producing the show. We got to get used to him. He's got to
give him a bell ring.
He's got to get used to us, and we're gonna get used to him, and he is gonna get used to us, and we'll get this thing rocking and rolling. Ben, we enjoyed having you tonight. Ben's gonna be with us for a while, I hope. But we appreciated everybody coming tonight. Had a good time back in the saddle.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next Sunday night right here on Sports Chat with Neal and Wally.
See ya.
See ya.